Hey, I was actually trying to do a test run, but it looks like I went live. I was trying to test out something. But since I'm live, I'm going to go ahead and share this little bitty eat right, pray right moment that I was um, thought I was testing out. So I'm not sure how this is coming out, but I hope it's all right. All right, guys, this is going to be really quick. Um, Today is the 20th year anniversary of the 9/11 tragedy that happened on September 11, 2001. And I woke up early and started watching and listening and just kind of rehashing things that happened. For whatever reason, that time and that tragedy, I shouldn't even say for whatever reason, but that time, that tragedy, that entire situation is very impactful to me individually, even though I did not know anyone who died in the tragedy. I did visit. What you see here is a picture of me where I visited the uh, Memorial Museum in New York, and so I'm going to talk really quickly about this image and an Eat Right, Pray Right theme, which is the only reason why I'm here right now. But I don't know anyone who personally died in that tragedy. I did write a chapter, use it as a theme for one of the chapters in my book, and I'm going to share some of that later on today or tomorrow. And my brother, whose Air Force was actually impacted by it, just in his Air Force and his military duty, he was one of the military personnel who was responsible for identifying remains of military personnel, like at the remains from bodies at the from deaths and lives that were lost at the Pentagon. So I know how it's affected him. But as for me personally, and anyone I know personally who was there, I don't. But uh, this tragedy, it makes me cry all the time. And so I've just even been watching it today and crying as I watch, crying and thinking and just actually praising God for the lives that were saved and praying for the lives that have been affected. So um, what I wanted to share for Eat Right, Pray Right. What you see here, this is a picture of me standing next to what is called the survival stairs. And this was the only stairway that stood when both of the buildings came down. This was the stairway where any final survivors were able to get out of. This was from the South Tower. Were able to get out of the South Tower, and it is also the stairway where first responders were going in to go and rescue people and to get people to come out. So that's why it's called the survival stairway. So I want you to imagine, um, if you were inside the building and you had access to the survivor stairway at the time when the buildings were crashing down and people who were on higher floors were not able to get to the survivor stairway, but you were. Maybe you ran down multiple flights of stairs to get to this final exit from the building, and so you were one of the last to be saved, or one of the last to get out. Now, here's what I wanted to talk about in terms of Eat Right, Pray Right. Here's what I wanted to talk about in terms of Eat Right, Pray Right. Let's say you had access to the stairway from however many floors up and needed to get down and wanted to get down so that your life could be saved, so that you could save your own life. But let's say for whatever reason you were not fit or healthy enough and didn't have the stamina to do all those stairways, or the mobility to do all those stairways to get to the survivor stairs. But you could see people passing you up, or people. I'm sure there were so many people helping people at that time. I'm sure people would have tried to help you. But in a moment like this, when survival instinct kicks in, most likely it was the more fit, or people with better stamina, or people with better mobility, who were able to make it to the survivor stairway, to the survivor stairs. So I want to keep this as something in the back of all of our minds is that the more healthy we are, the more fit we are, uh, the more things we do so that we can have longevity and stamina, even in a time like this, is preparation for times when you need all of your energies and all of your abilities to just survive a tragedy like this one. I feel for every life that was affected by this, so I'm not minimizing in any way um, people who could not make it. But what I do want to do is continue to lift up the idea and the concept that the healthier you are, the stronger you are, the more likely you are to be able to survive in the day of calamity and trials and tragedies, like ones where there was actually, for some people, there was actually an option to get out, but you had to have the stamina, the energy, the fitness, uh, the mobility to actually make that journey and do all that running down of stairs. I think about my late husband. He did not have good mobility because of the things that diabetes had did to his body and his feet. And when he was going downstairs, every step was a calculated step. There was no trotting downstairs. Every step was a calculated step, moving up and down stairs. And so he could have been one who could have been close to the stairway, but could not take advantage of this exit um, without slowing down everyone else who was trying to get out. Um, so just, I want you to take this as an opportunity, just another opportunity to think about your health in advance. Think about it while you're moving, while you have options, while you still have time to get your health into a stable and a healthy place, to have mobility and to have stamina, which means exercising, which means eating right, which means eating healthily and just having a mindset of well-being, even while you are in your body that seems like it can do whatever you want it to do. If we don't think in advance about the things we are eating, about mobility of our body, about keeping our bodies moving so we can be strong and we can be able to endure. If you don't think about them when you necessarily might not think you need them, when you do need them at times like these, it won't be an option for you. So I hope you hear my heart. This again is 9/11. Let us never forget what happened at 9/11. Um, and I encourage you to visit the museum in New York. This is the wall in the museum. Um, no day shall erase you from the memory of time. So we shall never forget 9/11. I encourage you to visit the museum in New York. If you wanted to do the whole thing, you really need about 2 good days, but it's just phenomenal. It's a phenomenal experience. And I hope you go and visit. This picture right here, this is when me and my two friends went for my 50th birthday. This is them standing here looking at the wall, and I'm behind taking a picture. And so we shall never forget. Our lives were changed again just by going to this museum. All right, so that's all I wanted to share. Have a good day. Have a good uh, 9/11 memory. Think about the people. Think about our lives. Praise God for um, those who made it. Thank God for the first responders and for the airline, all of the airline stewardess and all of the airline personnel who. I just finished watching a. I just finished watching a documentary about the air traffic control people and all that they had to do because uh, all flights into United States were all the complete United States air traffic airways were closed down once it realized that the United States was under terrorist attack. And Air traffic controllers had to work together to reroute all of those airlines, all of those flights that were in progress to one of, I think, four airports outside of the United States. And so it was just phenomenal to see. All right, so you be blessed, and always remember uh, the things that the Lord has done for us, and keep eating right. If you haven't started eating right, start now. Get out and get some exercise, get some sunshine. If you don't exercise at all ever, start now. Start light. Just walking. You don't need to do anything extra and buy equipment and all that type of stuff. Just go for a nice walk. All right, put on some tennis shoes and go for a walk. If you don't know what it means to eat right, I'm hearing that more frequently now. People actually asking, since COVID-19 and they've been sick from it, people are actually asking to know what it means to eat healthy. So many people do not know what it means to eat healthy. And this is my last point, and I'm leaving. Many things that are promoted as healthy in commercials and on packaging, food packaging, and all that type of stuff, multi-level marketing companies, a lot of stuff that's promoted as healthy is not healthy. Anything that comes in a package that has a long ingredient list and stuff that you don't know what it is, it's not healthy. All right. All right. I'm out. Have a good day.